Good morning. Monday, February 24th, I believe. It's like +4 Celsius outside. A week ago it was like 37 below. So, pretty much just an update as to what's going on. As you can see, the Lincoln is gone. The engine's on the floor. And the Keebler elves were busy this weekend building a little bit of storage. That little 2x4 frame shelf up there. So now a place to pile some takeoff parts. And yeah, so I got a bit of a mess to clean up. And would you believe it? I think the Mustang's gonna come back in. So, I don't know, maybe I'll set you up some time lapse or something like that so you can watch what I'm doing. I see the stoichiometric ratio on the pellet stove is incorrect, so I'm going to have to correct that immediately. And I got a splinter in my sock, so I need to sit down for a minute and fix that. Then I'm gonna get on with cleaning off my tools and creating some storage, move a few things around. You'll see it when I'm done, as I'm doing it, maybe. See you in a bit. Hey, look at that. It's cleaned. That's still there though. So yeah, I took the batteries off and did some stuff, and all those parts now that were piled over here are there. I've made a little battery charging station. I'm still working on organizing this, the DeWalt corner. And I'm prepping to bring in the Mustang, but I need to bolt exhaust manifolds back onto the engine in order to set it in place. So I've began. There's little welds here on this one, you see, on this heat shield. So what I've done is cut all the welds and popped it off. Well, you know, 2 rows each side. I gotta pull the studs out and get that prepared. I'm gonna clean these up and probably weld them up just because. And it's a pretty simple setup. So my plan is to cut here and just down the length here and then up to this. That's the plan. On the driver's side, I've got to cut this flange right off and flip it. So yeah, I'll figure that out. These welds don't seem all that hard. I'll figure out how heavy this metal is. And it looks like I have to be here. I've got to copy this, right? Because the coolant pipe right here, that's got to be clearanced. This one has to be clearanced for it. So that's where I'm at. I'm gonna continue on with this. Like I say, I'll get this stud out of here. I'll get them both out because we're gonna put new. And keep moving on. Get the manifolds trimmed. I won't weld the sheet back on until afterwards. This thing's going in and out 45 times anyway, so it'll be no problem to take it out and then weld it, or if I have to trim it. So this just gives me something to work with. Okay, so I'll move on. Once I get them cut up, I'll show you. Well, here's my intention. And then I'll plate that in with flat steel after. What else could I do? Tuck it in, weld it back together. I'll see what happens once I cut this apart. Then we'll go from there. I think that'll work out. Well, I've gone and ruined it. Cut that off too, because it was pointing that way, which is opposite of what we need. So I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to convince it to point downwards where I can make it work. So I'll probably end up dissecting this piece right off of here and making a new piece of pipe, flattening, ovaling it to fit, but that's not a big deal. Okay, I'm gonna set this in place and see what it looks like on the engine as far as clearance goes to the, uh-oh. Houston, I think we got a problem. I'll be right back. Well, okay, pipe is on, or manifold thingy is on. I've got plenty of clearance around that cooler now, which is what I wanted. Cooler. Water outlet fitting. So now it's just a matter of, and this won't happen now, because I gotta wait until I'm in the engine bay, because we gotta figure out if we point it like this, and then I'll have to reshape some parts. But that actually looks about right if I was to do that. So it'll take some work, but I could probably just heat and beat this to get it where I want it. I don't see why not. Okay, well, that's where we're at. I want to trim the other manifold to suit this one. And where's the center of the mount? I don't know. I'm hoping it's going to clear everything around the control arm by doing this. I think it will. So I got to do the other one, and then I'm going to transfer to the other engine, and then from there, I think I'm going to rework the shop crane a little bit. I got to move this bolt back about 2 inches, so I'm going to drill a hole in the black tube just to change the capacity, because I had the chain hanging off the end, so I moved it back, and now I'm going to move that back about 2 inches. That'll give me the capacity I need to lift the motor and transmission safely, because last time it wasn't very good. Okay, that's where we're at. Too much talking, I know. Well, number 2 manifold is hacked. I think my radiuses are pretty close. I got a little trimming to do right there if you look down the edge. Not bad. I think I might go inside with the sheet metal. Fill it inside. It's easy enough to make a template. It'll take a little more time, but if I go inside, then I can guarantee I get a better weld here. So that's my thoughts. I don't know. All I know is that one's ready to go on. I'm going to slam it on the end on that engine, and I'm going to bring in the Mustang tomorrow morning and get after it. Also, it's been about freezing. Today's like day 2, which is nice. Other than the fact my driveway is sheer ice from end to end. So that's a thing. I can't wait for it to get down to gravel. Anyway, usually I'd be bringing in the Mustang to warm it up, but because of the temperature and everything, I don't need to. So that's where we're going from there. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up, and I'm gonna call it a video, and tomorrow we'll resume. Hopefully we can sit this in the hole. We'll see. So, as always, I'd like to thank you both for watching, and we'll see you real soon.